Hey everybody, welcome to another video, and in today's video I'll be going over game 2 of the Toronto Blue Jays season against the New York Yankees. Yankees win this game by a final score of 4-2. Now this score is very deceiving if you're a Blue Jays fan and you're just looking at the score and you say, oh wow, they lost 4-2. They must have played like crap. But no, actually they didn't. The pitching today was actually pretty good by the Blue Jays. The third and the fourth run, I thought could have been easily prevented if John Gibbons took out Aaron Sanchez in the sixth inning for Danny Barnes, but he decided to keep him in with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And Tim Wade for the Yankees picks up the 2-run double to extend the lead at the time to 4-1, and that would basically be the difference maker for the Yankees in this one. For the Yankees, Didi Gregorius had an amazing game. He had a triple, he had a double, he drew a walk. He had a very good game against Aaron Sanchez tonight. For Blue Jay fans, Aaron Sanchez looked really good. He was pounding the strike zone early on, but I thought as his pitch count got up, I thought around like the 60 pitch mark, he started to like lose control. Like about probably around like the fourth inning or so, he could not get any left-handed batters out at all. He was missing the zone wide. He was missing the zone high. He could not hit the strike zone at all unless it was a fastball right down the middle. That's like the only pitch he could land for a strike against any left-handed batters in tonight's game. And I just thought John Gibbons waited too long, and he should have took him out when there was runners on first and second and 2 outs. He should have pulled him for Danny Barnes. And if Danny Barnes, messes up and he walks the number 8 hitter, which I believe was Neil Walker, I believe. Then, he's got the bases loaded and he's still got the number 9 hitter, Tim Wade, coming up, and Danny Barnes can still get him out. But obviously Danny Barnes comes in after. Sanchez gives up the 2-run double to Tim Wade, and Danny Barnes gets Brett Gardner out, and I believe like 3 pitches. So, like, that's a bad decision. I know you want to keep, as a manager, I know you want to keep your starter in there for as long as possible to let him battle through these tough situations, but you could clearly see at the start of the 6th inning, he walked a batter, and I believe that was like one of his 4 walks in the game for Sanchez, and 2 of them came in like the last couple innings there that he was in for. But, bad managerial decision by John Gibbons. He kept him in there too long, and I thought when I was watching the game, when it was runners on first and second, I thought, get him out of there. Get Sanchez out of there. He's clearly missing the zone too much. His control is starting to fade a little bit, and he was around the 80 pitch mark at the time of the 6th inning, and he just looked completely out of gas. You could see him after every pitch. He would walk behind the mound, and he was huffing and puffing, trying to get his breath back, and I guess he's just not used to throwing like 80 plus pitches. So, for a start, he pitched well, don't get me wrong. And he used his new changeup that he's been working on in the spring a lot. And it was very good. But obviously, after the 4th inning, I thought his control was really lacking. He wasn't really hitting the zone as much as he did in the first 3 innings. And ultimately, a bad managerial decision by Gibbons cost us the game, because the Blue Jays end up scoring the 2nd run, which would have been the tying run if Danny Barnes comes in and shuts down the 8th hitter Neil Walker or the 9th hitter Tim Wade. We're looking at a tie game because Solarte had an RBI double in the bottom of the 9th to make it interesting, but Chapman closed it down and struck out Randall Grichuk for the final out. So I guess I kind of blame Gibbons on the loss. From the whole point, I thought every Blue Jays pitcher looked good today. Again, Sanchez had very tough times against left-handed batters in today's game, and he pitched very well against Stanton, and Judge and Sanchez. He shut down the big 3, which is great. But then obviously the bottom of the order killed us. Gregorius had a great game, like I said. Tim Wade had a good game, the number 9 hitter. Brandon Drury and Neil Walker had good games. So the 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Yankees basically won them the game today. And Sanchez did his part. He shut down the top four, and Gardner, Judge, Stanton, and Sanchez. He basically shut them down. So what can you do? Not much you can ask for. Blue Jays relief pitching. Danny Barnes looked very good in the seventh. I thought Tyler Clippard pitched really well as well when he entered the game. His changeup is nasty. It's got nasty movement on it. So he looks very good. And I think this is the best bullpen the Jays have had in probably like the last 5 years, because they have three legitimate relievers now that can get guys out, with Osuna in the ninth, Senwan O in the eighth, and Tyler Clippard in the seventh, with Danny Barnes. Like, there's three, possibly four really good relievers for the Jays. So this is the best bullpen. And after the game, Pat Tabler and Cliff Floyd were saying, like, this year, pitching is going to be the Blue Jays' strength this year. The rotation's very deep. The bullpen's very deep. And I completely agree. Like I said, they have three really established relievers now in the bullpen, combined with some rookies and some really old veterans like John Oxford. So they got a good mix there of established relievers. They got rookies. They got veterans. It's a nice mix in the bullpen this year. The one Blue Jays run in the second inning was Randall Grichuk. He picked up his first home run as well as a Blue Jay. It was an absolute no-doubter. It was on a pitch that Tanaka hung up right over the middle of the plate. Ideally, it was a fastball, and after he hung a fastball and the game was tied 1-1, he dramatically threw less fastballs after that until the Yankees took the lead later on, and there you go. Then he started throwing fastballs more often once he had a lead again. For the Yankees also, and Yankee fans, Tanaka, he looked really good, but he didn't look untouchable. Severino looked amazing on opening day. He looked untouchable. Tanaka, not so much. A lot of the pitches that I saw, he was missing the zone. Like, he was getting lucky that the Blue Jays were just missing on him. There was like 3 or 4 times that he hung a slider right over the middle of the plate, and the Blue Jays, I guess their hitters just weren't expecting it, and they just flat out missed. If you get hitters that are sitting on his slider and he hangs a slider, those are gone for home runs, especially in Yankee Stadium. So he looked good. Maybe a little cause for concern over his control, but thumbs up. You guys get the win. Tanaka picks up the win. And we'll see tomorrow afternoon's matchup. It'll be Marco Estrada versus CC Sabathia. For Blue Jay fans, let's hope we can manage more than 7 total hits now in the first 2 games. 7 hits and 2 runs. Come on, we got to score more than that on CC Sabathia. Sabathia was he was good and then not good. Like, he was kind of flip-flopping between starts last season, and then the second half he just was really dominant. So hopefully we can generate more runs in tomorrow afternoon's game against CC Sabathia. But that'll do it for today's video. I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.